The Indian Sports Network is on the air. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Elsberry, Missouri, where tonight's matchup will be broadcasting the Elsberry Lady Indians Varsity versus the Fort Zumwalt East Lady Lions. This is a matchup of last week's game, or I should say a rematch of last week's game, of where Elsberry came out on top by 2 points in the Winfield tournament, in the second round of the Winfield tournament. And right now, the Elsberry girls are 4-1 on the season. Fort Zumwalt East is 2-1 on the season. So 3 games versus 5. Elsberry has just a little more experience, and one of their wins is against Fort Zumwalt East. That's who their loss is against, is Elsberry. So at this time, I'd like to go over the Fort Zumwalt East Lady Lions roster. On the roster tonight for Fort Zumwalt East is number 3, Kiera Johnston. She is a 5'5" junior. Number 4, Macy Ferrier. She's a 5'7" senior. Number 5, Riley Carmichael. She's a 5'8" senior. Number 10, Kelsey Finnewald. She's a 5'6" senior. Number 15, Liz Bahan. Liz is a 6'1" junior. Number 21, Yasmin Edmondson. She's a 5'9" freshman. Number 25, Perry Hogan. She's a 5'1" junior. Number 23, Jalen Head. She's a 5'6" sophomore. Number 24, Maya Wobling, 5'8" junior. Number 22, Emily Wright, 5'5" junior. Number 33, Lauren Stern, a 5'11" senior. And number 35, Talia Williams, a 5'8" sophomore. Head coach for Fort Zumwalt East is Kyle Brown, and he's assisted by Mike Iannicola. Tonight on the roster for your Elsberry High School Lady Indians, number 2, Tanisha Henderson, 5'2" sophomore. Number 4, Peyton Robinson, 5'9" freshman. Number 5, Sophia Vaughn, a 5'5" junior. Number 10, Claire Henry, a 5'10" senior. Number 11, Ariel Rios, a 5'6" freshman. Number 12, Kylie Kinsler, a 5'7" sophomore. Number 14, Abby Jenkins, a 5'5" freshman. Number 15, Josie Horn, a 5'8" senior. Number 21, Kelsey Flaster, a 5'8" senior. Did I get that right? No, 5'8" freshman. These letters are awful small here. Number 24, Tess Weekly, a 5'7" senior. Number 25, Megan Hagemeyer, 5'9" senior. Number 31, Kaija Clark, a 5'8" senior. Number 32, Emma Flaster, she's a 5'8" sophomore. Number 41, Adrian Ryan, 5'6" sophomore. And number 43, Tyra Henderson, a 5'7" sophomore. And head coach is Carrie Koch-Dowell, assisted by Brittany Koch-Dowell. One of the things that I'd like to bring up before this game starts is the fact that I've been getting a couple of the girls' names mixed up, and I apologize for that. Seems like I'm always apologizing for something. Maybe if I didn't mess up so bad, I wouldn't have to apologize. But anyway, I know with the last game, I was really messing up Tanisha Henderson and Tyra Henderson. And I hope they don't think that I'm just not trying to learn who they are. But I know that Tanisha is affectionately known as Tiny, and she's number 2. And her sister, Tyra, is number 43. So I'm going to do my best to try to get that a little bit better. And I think somebody pointed out that I was confusing Claire Henry and Josie Horn also. And maybe it's just my old eyes, but sometimes it's hard to see the difference between 10 and 15. Not much of an excuse, but it's the best I can come up with on the spur of the moment. So anyway, as we sit here and watch the Lady Indians warm up, still got another minute, a little over a minute until the game starts. So let's take a break here, and I'm going to play a couple of commercials while they do the starting lineups.
Since 1995, Heartland Restoration has specialized in all types of masonry repairs, concrete restoration, above and below grade waterproofing, snow removal, epoxy joint repair or replacement, and all types of floor coatings. Our mission is to serve you with over 35 years of experience, someone you can trust to do the job right the first time. If you have a project, big or small, please give us a call. Heartland Restoration, 314-993-6377.
Here at People's Bank and Trust, new technology improves our lives. We all know that, but when it comes to your money, wouldn't you just as soon deal with real people rather than recordings and electronics fingerprinting of the mega banks? We put technology to work so we can have more time for you. We're your community bank. People's Bank and Trust. Troy, Hawk Point, Winfield, O'Fallon, Elsberry, and Bowling Green. Financial security right here at home. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Everybody knows that high school sports generate suspense, excitement, and drama.
They also generate higher grade point averages, stronger work habits, and greater self-esteem.
Everybody knows that high school sports give us more value for our entertainment dollar.
They also give us leaders committed to strengthening communities right here in Missouri. The true value of playing sports in school can't be measured in wins and losses or dollars and cents. Studies show that participation in sports, along with other extracurricular activities, is one of the best ways to teach leadership, cooperation, accountability, and other invaluable life skills. Don't stand on the sidelines. Encourage the young people you know to get ahead. When you do, you will be helping them get ahead in
Okay, we are back. At this point in time, I will give you the starting lineups as they were given to me. Starting tonight for Fort Zumwalt East is number 5, Riley Carmichael. Number 15, Liz Bahan. Number 21, Yasmin Edmondson. Number 22, Emily Wright. And number 33, Lauren Stern. All right, now starting for Elsberry. Starting tonight is number 10, Claire Henry. Number 12, Kylie Kinsler. Number 15, Josie Horn. Number 24, Tess Weekly. And number 25, Megan Hegemeyer. All right. Both teams huddle out there, and looks like they're getting ready to go. We got 8 minutes on the clock for the first quarter. Make sure I got my camera set up correctly here. And hopefully the sound bugs will stay away tonight. So we have Claire Henry will be jumping against Liz Bahan. And the ball is controlled by East. And that bad pass goes over to Kylie Kinsler. She pushes it up the court. And Josie Horn gets it back out to Tess Weekly. They get it get it inside, but that ball was slightly blocked. Rebound comes back to East. There's Emily Wright bringing it up. That pass is broken up. Only been a couple of plays, but Elsberry is not letting them get anything down low. And there's a jump ball. That ball will stay with Elsberry. They get the ball in, and it's over to Weekly. Oh, and there was Claire Henry right under the basket, and she was fouled big time. That foul was on Yasmin Edmondson. And the first shot is good. Elsberry draws first blood. And the second shot is good. Claire Henry hit both of her free throws. That's a good sign if they can start hitting their free throws. East tried pushing it up, and Elsberry was back to stop any of that. See if they try to get it inside again. They'd like to. She would have liked to have taken a three-point shot there. There they get it in, and bad pass. Oh, I think they're going to call a. Oh, what did they call there? They called an offensive foul or 3 seconds. I guess it was 3 seconds. They didn't call any foul. So it goes back to Elsberry. Weekly has it, takes a three-pointer, and it's off the front of the rim. Long rebound by Riley Carmichael of East. So East has it out of the point, wants to set it up. Long pass over, three-point attempt, no good. And Tess Weekly comes up with the rebound. She looks like she's just going to drive it on in, see what happens. Hey, she draws a foul. Aggressive play there by Weekly. First shot is up, and it looked like it was going to be short, and it was. That foul was on Lauren Stern, her first. Here's second shot, and it's good. 3-0 Elsberry. And they put a press on East. And East breaks through that. Gets it out, but they're having a little bit of trouble getting rid of it. A little bit of ball fumbling around here, and that foul is going to be called on. That foul is called on Megan Hagemeyer, blocking foul. That's Megan's first. And East gets it in, and there's a shot taken. And it's 2 points there. That was Lauren Stern. Takes the score 3-2. No pressure put on by East as Tess Weekly brings it up the court. All right, into Kinsler, and it's in. Wow, free throws in, points in the paint. And there was Yasmin Edmondson right under the basket for an easy 2 points. Quickly, it's 5-4. Elsberry over East. Gets the ball into Hagemeyer, and it's no good. And the ball stays with Elsberry. Hagemeyer comes out, and Tyra Henderson comes in. I got the name right this time. Gets the ball into Weekly, and oh, that was Claire Henry right under the basket and couldn't get it to go in, and Tess Weekly just took it away from the East player. She looks like she's just going to drive on in. The shot was no good. It was rebounded by Tyra Henderson, and she was fouled as she went up. So she's going to go up to the line with 2 shots. Let's get these free throws in. Yes, that's it. First free throw is good. Second one is good. East brings it up. No pressure this time by Elsberry. And they called her for travel. I thought they were going to eventually. As Yasmin Edmondson, they pass over to here on the near side, and she jumps before she takes off. And I figured they'd eventually get her for traveling. Ball taken to the inside. Oh, there was shot by Tess, was off by quite a bit. East brings it up. Here's a, oh, I thought she was going to take a three-pointer there. She travels every time she gets the ball there. Rebound taken by Tyra Henderson. And gets it out to Claire Henry, moving up the sideline. Gets it back out to Weekly. There's Tanisha for 3 points, and it's no good. Right off the rim. Long rebound out to Fort Zumwalt. East takes it around the horn, gets it inside. Get that ball into Lauren Stern, and she's in there for 2 points. Seven to 6 Elsberry over Fort Zumwalt East. 2:48 remaining in the first quarter. Got the ball on the outside to Tyra Henderson. Wow. I think Kinsler just got by with some traveling there. Zumwalt East pushing it up the court. The shot was no good, but she did draw the foul. That foul was on Tess Weekly. That'd be her first foul. They said it was not a shooting foul. So Zumwalt takes it out bounds. They get the ball inbounds, and there was a 5-second call. Heavy defense there by Elsberry. And it caught the Fort Zumwalt East girls. So here comes Elsberry back on the offense. This is Tiny Henderson in there now, along with her sister. And the ball is tied up. They call a jump ball. Josie Horn was in there, along with a couple of East girls. That alternating possession went over to Fort Zumwalt. Three-point attempt, no good. And there's an over-the-back call on Yasmin Edmondson. I believe that's going to be her second. Yes, it is. Now we got Megan Higemeyer coming back in for Josie Horn. And Yasmin Edmondson sitting down with 2 fouls. Hey, here comes Tiny Henderson up. Another scrum for the ball. Oh, and they called a jump ball that time. Kind of looked like a foul to me. But that referee was about 3 feet away. That ball stays with Elsberry on the alternating possessions. There's Tiny Henderson dribbling the ball around. And the ball was stolen for a second by East, but Tiny got it right back. Now here's Tess Weekly daring the, what are they calling now? She lost control of the ball. Oh boy, there's a second foul on Tess Weekly. So both teams have players with 2 fouls now. There's East has it out on the perimeter. They try to get it in. There was the shot, went in and out and in and out and in and out. Claire Henry came up with the rebound, but the foul was called. Foul was called on Emily Wright. They are really calling fouls in this game. Sometimes they let them play, sometimes they hold them pretty close. This time they're holding them close. There's Megan Higemeyer right underneath, and 2 points. That was some good play there. And what do they call it? Are they calling a foul there? Wow. Okay. That was a foul on Claire Henry. Be her first. And they are not letting them play today. There was a shot by Liz Bayhan, 2 points in. Score is 9-8 with half a minute to go in the first quarter. And there, I was going to say, they're going to be calling that one a foul. If all these others were fouls, that's got to be a foul. Josie Horn's going to take the ball out. Oh, and she threw it away. That'll give the ball back to Fort Zumwalt. 26 seconds remaining in the first quarter. So Fort Zumwalt, I'm sure, is going to try to set up for the last shot. And another foul called. They keep calling fouls like this. We're not going to have any players left by the third quarter. That foul was on Emily Wright. That is her third. She's a key player for Fort Zumwalt East, and she's already got 3 fouls on her in the first quarter. Free throw is up, and it's good. Wow, you don't know how good that makes me feel to see these free throws going in and the shots from under the basket. And a second free throw is good. I think they've only missed 1 free throw tonight. Zumwalt's pushing it up the court because there's only 10 seconds left. Shot is up and it's no good, missed everything. So with 3.9 seconds. So at the end of 1 quarter, 8 minutes of play, the score is your Elsberry Lady Indians 11, Fort Zumwalt East Lady Lions 8. Let's take a break.
These days, there's more than ever, and you'd be hard-pressed to find better value than high school sports. Extracurricular, including sports, make up about 2% of the budget for a typical school. Citizenship. Sports also inspire community pride and teach lifelong lessons about cooperation and self-discipline. They encourage physical fitness. They produce community leaders. By offering so many benefits to the community for such a small percentage of a school's overall budget, it's easy to see why high school sports are one of the best.
Fort Zumwalt East with the ball to begin this. They're playing right now without number 22, Emily Wright, key player for them. 3-point attempt, and it's no good, and the rebound comes up to Tiny Henderson. She gets the ball into Megan Hagemeyer, and it's good. 13-8. East gets the ball in, and afraid that foul is going to be on Hagemeyer. Yep. Sure is, and that's her second foul. These girls are playing aggressive tonight, but at the same time, they're getting fouls called on them. First shot is up, and it's good. That's Liz Bahan at the line. She's their 6'1" junior. Second shot rolls in. Makes it 13-10. Tiny Henderson bringing it up the court. Oh, good save. Good save. Emma Flaster's in the game now. And there was Tyra for three, and it just wasn't there. I thought Tanisha had the rebound then, shortest girl on the court, and I thought she had the rebound, but she just couldn't quite get it. Get the ball into Liz Bahan, and she's up and good. 13-12. Fort Zumwalt East is back to within 1 point. Ball fumbled around. What are they calling here? Wow. They called a foul on Claire Henry on that, which in my humble opinion should have been a jump ball. But that's not the way they saw it. So that's 2 fouls on Claire Henry now. And gives possession of the ball to Fort Zumwalt. And all right, Tiny Henderson went in for a layup, and I knew she was going to be slammed, and she was. But she'll go to the line with 2 shots now. See who that was that fouled her and how many dozen fouls she has. Okay, I guess that was Maya Wobling. First free throw is good. We have Peyton Robinson coming in now for Claire Henry. And next free throw is good. 15-12, Elsberry. And that shot was by Liz Bahan. That 6'1" tall girl, she can get those rebounds. Definite height advantage there for Fort Zumwalt when she's on the court. In the meantime, Elsberry's taking it around the horn. Tiny's got the ball, and she is not afraid to dribble it, although she lost control of it there. Goes over to Fort Zumwalt. They run it down and miss the layup. But I believe the foul is going to be on, yes it is. The foul is on Tyra Henderson. Look at that. I'm getting these names right tonight. First free throw is good. And the second free throw is good. That was Yasmin Edmondson. Timeout, Elsberry. Get a commercial in here quick.
Are you familiar with or have you experienced water damage in your business or home? Even if the damage is small, repairs can be very costly, not to mention the unpleasant sight and smell of the damaged area. It's okay. Heartland Restoration is here to help. Give us a chance on your next project. Call 314-993-6377 today.
Okay, time for the teams to come back on the court. Five minutes, 39 seconds remaining in the first half of this game. Fort Zumwalt East has taken the lead 16-15 over Elsberry. I was expecting a tight game. And they finally get the ball into Tyra. Oh, there. The ball just stolen right away. And that ball was stolen away by Kylie Kinsler. And it went off of. Okay, they reversed that call. I didn't think that that was going to stand. They were saying that it went off of the East player, but in reality it didn't. It went off of Kinsler. Here's a long two-point shot by Yasmin Edmondson, and it's good. Fort Zumwalt East with a three-point lead now. Now here's Tyra Henderson going up, and that shot was no good. And Fort Zumwalt made a heck of a play right there to save that ball. So they take it on down the court, and they call traveling on her. So that turns the ball over to Elsberry. Elsberry needs to start watching their passes. All right, as Tiny started to dribble around, she was fouled by Riley Carmichael. That's her second foul. And we are now in a bonus, so that puts Tiny in at the free throw line. First shot is up, and it rolls in. Cuts their lead to 2. Second shot is up, and it does not roll in, and Fort Zumwalt does get the rebound. 18-16. And a couple of shots from down low, and finally the second one went in for Fort Zumwalt. That makes it 20-16. 4-point lead, Fort Zumwalt East. And Elsberry starting to telegraph their passes. Get the ball into Tyra. Oh, shot was blocked. Kylie Kinsler came up with it. So she gets it back out to Tiny to try to set something up again. She's just going to pass to her sister, and the shot was blocked. Once again, the height advantage. The height advantage for Fort Zumwalt is really showing through right now. So here comes Tess Weekly back in. She's taking Emma Flaster's place. So Weekly's going to bring it up the court. Elsberry's got the ball down by 4 points. Tess just a little bit out of control there. but at least she did try to drive it in. And, yep, Liz Bayhan once again with the height advantage. She's able to put it up there and get her own rebound, put it back again. Fort Zumwalt is really watching these passes. They're just stealing the ball one right after another, and Elsberry calls a timeout. They want to stop this and get a talk about it. So Fort Zumwalt East now has an 8-point lead with 2 minutes and 34 seconds remaining in the first half. Let's take a break.
Ever wonder where your hard-earned money goes when you deposit it? It stays here, at home, to help make living here what we've all come to expect. We've got everything the mega banks do, but we've made a commitment to our community. So when you're looking for the right bank, see People's Bank and Trust, Troy, Hawk Point, Winfield, O'Fallon, Elsberry, and Bowling Green. Financial security right here at home. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
It may not require a textbook, but it's filled with valuable lessons. It may not take place in a classroom, but it's an ideal environment for learning. It may not involve a diploma, but it can help prepare Missouri's young people for life.
Okay, cut that commercial short. Meanwhile, we have Tanisha Henderson, otherwise known as Tiny. Once again, another bad pass for Elsberry. Oh, that time they called traveling. That was on Liz Bayhan, traveling call. So Elsberry gets it back. Let's see if they can do some better passing this time. They're hitting their shots tonight very well. They just need to do a little bit better passing. Oh, pass was just a little bit too much. A little bit too much for Josie Horn, and off her hands and back into the hands of Fort Zumwalt East. Already enjoying an 8-point lead. And that shot was up and no good, and the ball was off of Claire Henry, so it stays with Fort Zumwalt. There's Claire Henry coming off. Fort Zumwalt puts the ball up, and it's in. Once again, that height advantage is really showing up. Extends it out to a 10-point lead. Still a half a game left, though. And I think they're going to call 3 seconds. I saw that coming. Tyra Henderson had been in the lane, and I think maybe Josie Horn, both of them were in the lane 3 seconds. Costly mistakes. Gives the ball back to East. And there was a shot by Lauren Stern. Takes this to a 12-point lead. And there's Tiny just taking it around the horn. Good play there by Tyra Henderson, and she takes this long shot. No good, falls into the hands of Lauren Stern. And that's going to be a double dribble. She lost control, caught it, and dropped it. Right now, Fort Zumwalt East cruising along with a 12-point lead, 38.2 seconds remaining in the first half. Elsberry girls need to regroup and get their passing in, learn how to get the ball over the top. There's Tess Weekly for a three-pointer, and it's hit the inside of the rim and then bounced out. I was watching her in practice before the game, and she was hitting three-pointer after three-pointer after three-pointer. Wow. There's another 2 points by Lauren Stern. She's a 5'11" senior, and she's playing like a senior. There was 2 points by Tess Weekly, going strong to the basket. Oh, with that buzzer, that is the end of the first half. And right now, after 16 minutes of play, we have the Fort Zumwalt East Lady Lions 30 and the Elsberry Lady Indians 18. Let's take a break.
School sports. High school sports can play a critical role in a student's overall education. In fact, studies show that students that participate in high school sports are more likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in their academic lives. If you think high school sports are only about competition, think again. Better yet, think about attending a high school sporting event in your community. You'll be amazed by what you see. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Missouri State High School Activities Association and the Missouri Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
You know, the people pulling the strings are usually hard to reach in today's mega bank world, but here at People's Bank and Trust, you deal with the decision maker at our community bank, which is what good banking relationships are all about. We all live and work right here. With us, you pull the strings. We're People's Bank and Trust. Troy, Hawk Point, Winfield, O'Fallon, Elsberry, and Bowling Green. Financial security right here at home. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Tonight's game is not only a competitive contest between these two schools, but it's also an educational experience for the students involved. Because high school activities are about learning life values, your friends at this local radio station and the Missouri State High School Activities Association remind everyone to do their part in keeping our hometown sports a positive experience for everyone. When you attend your next game, do your part to help rekindle the spirit of citizenship by showing good sportsmanship. You'll be teaching a positive lesson, and you'll be preserving a proud tradition in the state of Missouri.
People's Bank and Trust knows that every minute of your day counts, so it's good to have a few time savers on your side. Take internet banking, for example. It allows you to bank from home rather than having to make an extra trip to the bank just to check your balance, transfer funds, or view recent transactions. You can even pay your bills online, eliminating a trip to the post office for stamps. Best of all, People's Bank and Trust offers all of this free of charge. Visit us online at www.pbtc.net and sign up today. Just another example of hometown banking the way it should be. People's Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Fans, when you attend a high school game, do you stand at attention during the national anthem? Do you cheer a good play by the opposing team? If your team loses, do you take it well in stride? If you have answered yes to any of those questions, you are showing positive examples of sportsmanship. Don't forget that when you attend high school events, young eyes are watching you for examples of acceptable behavior. By making a conscientious effort, you'll be helping our students grow into better citizens. This message has been brought to you by your friends at the Missouri State High School Activities Association and this local radio station.
Hey, hon, what are you doing up so early?
Oh, I'm just getting ready to take care of some stuff with the bank.
The bank? I surely hope you're going to get dressed first. You'd get some pretty weird luck showing up in your robe and fuzzy slippers.
I'm not going to the bank. I'm doing it all right here from home, using People's Bank and Trust online banking and bill pay service. I can check our account balances, transfer money, make a loan payment, and even pay bills, all from the comfort of my pajamas. Best of all, it's free.
Banking in your pajamas. Now, if we could only get the grocery store to deliver.
Start banking online today by visiting us online at www.pbtc.net. People's Bank and Trust. Hometown banking the way it should be. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
The score of any athletic event is generally forgotten over time, but the actions of players, coaches, and spectators leave lasting impressions. The next time you attend a high school game, think of how history will remember you. Choose good sportsmanship and help rekindle the spirit of citizenship. Remember, the lessons you teach today will help develop better citizens in our communities for tomorrow. This message has been brought to you by your friends at the Missouri State High School Activities Association and this local radio station.
You're listening to the Indian Sports Network, courtesy of the Elsberry Democrat. Log on to www.elsberrydemocrat.com today.
Tonight's game is not only a competitive contest between these two schools, but it's also an educational experience for the students involved. Because high school activities are about learning life values, your friends at this local radio station and the Missouri State High School Activities Association remind everyone to do their part in keeping our hometown sports a positive experience for everyone. When you attend your next game, do your part to help rekindle the spirit of citizenship by showing good sportsmanship. You'll be teaching a positive lesson, and you'll be preserving a proud tradition in the state of Missouri.
People's Bank and Trust invites everyone to come to the game, the high school sports games that are going on right now. All area teams have put a great amount of effort and time in to perfect their skills, and they are ready to play. Support the community schools and students by cheering them on to a great season of games. People's Bank and Trust proudly supports the area teams and looks forward to seeing you at each and every game.
Whether it's balls and strikes, fouls, or flags, your referees and game officials are a vital part of high school athletics. If you've ever tried your hand at officiating, you know how hard these men and women work, and you certainly know that they would never miss a call intentionally. Keep these things in mind as you attend sporting events. After all, respecting officials and authority figures is one of the most valuable lessons that we could teach our students. This message has been brought to you by your friends at this local radio station and the Missouri State High School Activities Association.
You know, the people pulling the strings are usually hard to reach in today's mega bank world, but here at People's Bank and Trust, you deal with the decision maker. At our community bank, which is what good banking relationships are all about, we all live and work right here. With us, you pull the strings. We're People's Bank and Trust. Troy, Hawk Point, Winfield, O'Fallon, Elsberry, and Bowling Green. Financial security right here at home. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
At Elsberry Pharmacy and Medicine Shop in Troy, we know what a pharmacy is meant to be. We take the time to know you and your healthcare needs. Most prescriptions are filled in 15 minutes or less, and we offer free local delivery and a friendly and knowledgeable staff to answer your questions. Better service, better value, better healthcare. Locally owned and operated and proud to be your local independent pharmacies in Elsberry and Troy. Visit us online at medicineshoprx.com. Hi, my name is Jerry Callahan, pharmacist and owner of the medicine shops in Troy and Elsberry Pharmacy. We strive every day to bring better service, better value, and better health care to our friends in our communities. We want to say thank you for your support, and we're proud to be your local independent pharmacies in Elsberry and Troy. Visit us online at medicineshoprx.com. At Elsberry Pharmacy and Medicine Shop in Troy, we know what a pharmacy is meant to be. We have numerous programs to help your wallet as well as save precious time. Save money with our RX Savings Club program, and you can save time with our medication synchronization program, where we fill your prescriptions at the same time each month. We also offer our medication adherence program to help you remember to take your medications on time as prescribed by your doctor. Better value, better service, better health care. Locally owned and operated, and proud to be your local independent pharmacy in Elsberry and Troy. Visit us online at medicineshoprx.com.
You know, the people pulling the strings are usually hard to reach in today's mega bank world, but here at People's Bank and Trust, you deal with the decision maker. At our community bank, which is what good banking relationships are all about, we all live and work right here. With us, you pull the strings. We're People's Bank and Trust. Troy, Hawk Point, Winfield, O'Fallon, Elsberry, and Bowling Green. Financial security right here at home. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Since 1995, Heartland.
And we are back to start the second half of this ball game. Elsberry gets the ball to begin. They get the ball into, try to get the ball into Megan Hagemeyer. And Weekly takes a three-pointer, and that ball was more in than it was out, and then it jumped out. Like I said, Weekly was hitting three-pointers all over the place before the game started. And that ball was fought hard by Weekly. See what they're calling here. Okay, it's going to be out of bounds to Fort Zumwalt. They get it in once again. And that foul is going to be on Hagemeyer, I'm sure. She had her arm wrapped around her. That's probably her third. Yes, it is. 3 fouls on Megan Hagemeyer. So Zumwalt gets it in. There's a 2-point shot up, no good, but the rebound goes to Fort Zumwalt. There's a 2-pointer up, and it's good. So a 14-point lead for Fort Zumwalt early in the second half. Long pass over to Elsberry. Weekly comes up with it. She gets it out to Claire Henry. Oh, there we go. The shot was no good, but the ball was stolen. Elsberry has it back. Weekly goes in, and shot is blocked. Elsberry can't seem to get the ball over the top of Fort Zumwalt now. A lot of height advantage. I know I keep saying that, but it does make it and they called an offensive foul there. She kind of put an elbow out. That foul was on Liz Bayhan. See how many that is on her. That's only her first. Weekly has the ball on the outside. She tries to drive it in, gets it over to Claire Henry. She takes a shot, and Fort Zumwalt comes up with the rebound. All the rebounds are going to Fort Zumwalt. And that ball should be off of Fort Zumwalt, goes out of bounds. So Elsberry will be taking the ball out. Got the ball into Claire Henry. Back out to Josie Horn. And they're calling a jump ball on that. Josie Horn was tackled. And they're calling a jump ball. She gets it into Weekly. Weekly's tried to drive it in, gets it over to Megan Hagemeyer. She puts up a shot that's no good. So Fort Zumwalt East is bringing it up the court. They're in no hurry. Not really much pressure by Elsberry at this time. See what they're calling. Oh, they called a double dribble on there. It was behind a couple of players. I was screened, couldn't see it. Looks like Kinsler came in for Josie Horn. Kinsler's got the ball on the outside, gets it over to Weekly. There's Tyra Henderson, was knocked out of bounds. And I don't know how they couldn't have called a foul on that. A little bit of controversy now on what they're calling. Not really sure exactly what the controversy is. She was pushed out of bounds. But they didn't call a foul. But Elsberry does have possession of the ball. The ball is out to Tyra Henderson. Now it's back over to Weekly on the outside. She's driving in. Nobody to get it to. They get it back out for a three-pointer, and it's no good off the front of the rim. What are they calling here? They just called a foul on Lauren Stern, and I'm not sure what it was all about. That's her second foul. Here's Tyra Henderson for 3 points and off the front of the rim. And Fort Zumwalt came up with the rebound. There's a three-point attempt by Fort Zumwalt. And in the rebound, Megan Hagemeyer was fouled. She was fouled by Yasmin Edmondson. That's her third foul. We got a number of players on both teams with 2 and 3 fouls. Tried to get the pass into Claire Henry. It was knocked out of bounds. Stays with Elsberry. And there's Tyra for 3. Not there. Rebound goes to Fort Zumwalt East. And she traveled. Got just a little bit out of control. That was Riley Carmichael. .348 remaining in the third quarter. 32-18. Fort Zumwalt East over Elsberry. There's a three-pointer by Tess Weekly, and it's good. There, she's back in her ways. Makes it 32-21. Cuts that deficit to 11. Maybe that's the spark Elsberry needs. They got a little more in their defense. Yeah, there we go. There we go. And Fort Zumwalt broke that up. And Tyra just couldn't keep up with it, and it rolled off of her hand. So Fort Zumwalt brings it in. They got some full court press. And Elsberry breaks it up. Maybe that three-pointer by Weekly was the spark they needed. I hope so. Get the ball into Hagemeyer, and the shot is up, and it's no good. But they're getting the shots over the top of them now anyway. What do they have here? They got a zone defense going up. There's a three-pointer. That was rebounded by Claire Henry and gave it to Weekly to bring up the court. Kinsler on the outside. She gets it into Henry. Out to Weekly. She takes another three-pointer, and it's good. Again, that might be the spark Elsberry needs to get back in this game. That takes it to an 8-point deficit. So in this timeout, let's take a break.
Restoration has specialized in all types of masonry repairs, concrete restoration, above and below grade waterproofing, snow removal, epoxy joint repair or replacement, and all types of floor coatings. Our mission is to serve you with over 35 years of experience, someone you can trust to do the job right the first time. If you have a project, big or small, please give us a call. Heartland Restoration, 314-993-6377.
And we are back. And the last couple of minutes have seen an energized Elsberry team. Two minutes and 10 seconds remaining in the third quarter. 8-point lead for Fort Zumwalt. Elsberry's defense has picked it up quite a bit. There's an easy 2-point. She missed it. Fort Zumwalt was right there, but the rebound came down and she put it in. Back to a 10-point lead for Fort Zumwalt. And here's Weekly bringing it up the court. She's for another three-pointer, and it's good! That takes it to a 7-point lead. Tess Weekly has gotten hot on her three-point shots. So, Fort Zumwalt has it on the perimeter. Get it back out to the top of the key, get it back inside. We got 3 points called. Liz Bayhan, 3 points. Wow, 3-something. She's got 3 seconds in the lane. Weekly's bringing it up the court. Oh, and there, wow. There was Tyra Henderson right under the basket all by herself. See, now that's one of the benefits of them hitting their outside shots. They come out to guard against that. Oh. That foul's going to be against Megan Hegemeyer. I'm afraid that's her 4th. Yes, it is. That's 4 fouls on Megan. That's only 2 team fouls on Elsberry this half. But unfortunately, it's 4 on Megan Hegemeyer. So Fort Zumwalt gets the ball in. They're holding on to a 5-point lead. Less than a minute remaining in the third quarter. And that ball was dribbled off of Tyra Henderson's foot. So Fort Zumwalt gets it out of bounds. Having a little bit of trouble getting it in, but they finally do. Get the ball into Lauren Stern. She thought about a three-pointer, and there was a 2-point attempt, and now that foul is on Riley Carmichael. She just kind of fell on Tess Weekly. And that's 3 on her. We have a lot of players with a lot of fouls right now. And Weekly brings it up the court. To finish what I was saying before, with Weekly starting to hit those shots from the outside, they're having to come out and guard against her, and that leaves somebody open underneath. There, Tiny just took a shot from 2-point land, and it was rebounded by Fort Zumwalt. Now they get the ball in low. Shot was no good. Weekly's bringing it up fast. So let's see what she's going to do. There's less than 10 seconds remaining in the third quarter. There's a long three-pointer, no good. So at the end of 3 quarters, score's a little closer now. Fort Zumwalt East 34, Elsberry 29. Let's take a break.
Here at People's Bank and Trust, new technology improves our lives. We all know that, but when it comes to your money, wouldn't you just as soon deal with real people rather than recordings and electronics fingerprinting of the mega banks? We put technology to work so we can have more time for you. We're your community bank. People's Bank and Trust. Troy, Hawk Point, Winfield, O'Fallon, Elsberry, and Bowling Green. Financial security right here at home. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Everybody knows that high school sports generate suspense, excitement, and drama.
They also generate higher grade point averages, stronger work habits, and greater self-esteem.
Everybody knows that high school sports give us more value for our entertainment dollar.
They also give us leaders, committed to strengthening communities right here in Missouri. The true value of playing sports in school can't be measured in wins and losses or dollars and cents.
Okay, let's get back here for the beginning of the fourth quarter of this game. It's gotten a little more exciting here in the last quarter. Score right now with 8 minutes to go in regulation is Fort Zumwalt East 34, Elsberry 29. Fort Zumwalt has the ball right now. And, I thought she was going to take a three-pointer, and she ended up traveling. Elsberry needs to take advantage of these mistakes. And here's Tiny Henderson bringing it up. Thought East was going to put some pressure on it. I get a little half-court pressure. Weekly here on the near side. She's driving in, and that shot wasn't there, but she got her own rebound. Here's a three-pointer by Tyra Henderson. Oh, not quite there. It was close. But Fort Zumwalt comes up with the rebound. This place would have gone wild if she had hit that shot. Ball knocked out of East's hand. They get the ball up, and the rebound comes down, and Tyra Henderson just took it right out of East's hand. So Weekly has the ball out on the point. She just kind of throws the ball up there and nothing doing. So Fort Zumwalt East is bringing it back up the court. Got the ball down on the baseline. And that foul is on Claire Henry. I don't think she agreed with that. That's her third foul. That puts Liz Bahan on the line. First shot is up and it's good. Second shot is up and it's good. And here's Kinsler coming in. She's taking Josie Horn's place. Also, Megan Hagemeyer's back in, playing with 4 fouls. All right, that ball went out off of Fort Zumwalt East. So Elsberry maintains control of it. Get the ball into Kinsler. She gets it out to Tiny. She's a good dribbler, and she's taking it around. They get the ball inside to Megan Hagemeyer, and there's out to Tiny Henderson. Up for 3, and it's no good. Long rebound comes back to Fort Zumwalt East. And I really kind of thought they'd get her on that one. That 2-point is up and no good. Tess Weekly with the rebound, and she's pushing it hard down. She got it into Megan Hagemeyer, and she was not able to get a shot up there, but she did draw the foul. And that foul was on Maya Wobling. That's her second. Megan Hagemeyer at the line, and the shot is no good. A little bit too strong. See what she can do on a second one. Oh, and it rolled out. Neither one of those shots was any good. Now's not the time to go cold on free throws. They get the ball down low, and she puts it up, and it's good. That was Liz Bahan. All right, I'm not sure what happened there, but there was some kind of a line violation against Elsberry. Fort Zumwalt gets the ball back with 9-point lead. Liz Bahan gets it in. She takes a shot from about 8 feet away. And Tyra Henderson gets the rebound. Gives it off to her sister, Tanisha. She gets it over to Kinsler, gets it back to Tyra. And the shot is no good, but, oh, there's going to be a foul on Megan Hagemeyer. That's 5 for her. And now she's out of the game. There was a lot of the height that Elsberry needed right there. So Fort Zumwalt gets the ball in. A lot of pressure put on, but Fort Zumwalt East breaks through it pretty quick that time. There's Emily Wright out there. I believe she's playing with 4 fouls also. She gets the ball into Bahan. She gets the ball into Lauren Stern, puts it up, and no good. And Weekly comes up with the rebound. She's taking it strong to the basket, puts it up, and that was Josie Horn with the 2 points right underneath. Timeout. Fort Zumwalt East. They were in a little bit of trouble. Take a break.
Show that participation in sports, along with other extracurricular activities, is one of the best ways to teach leadership, cooperation, accountability, and other invaluable life skills. Don't just stand on the sidelines. Encourage the young people you know to get in the game. When you do, you'll be helping them get ahead in life. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Missouri State High School Activities Association and the Missouri Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Okay, we are back for the final 4 minutes and 20 seconds of this regulation anyway. Fort Zumwalt East is enjoying a 7-point lead right now, 38-31 over Elsberry Lady Indians. East gets the ball in. And they pass it around. Kind of taking up some time. Really can't get it down low anyway. They're trying to set up a play. And once again, there was Emily Wright. And she stutter stepped before she took off. So the ball comes in to Tiny Henderson. Over to Kinsler. Over to Horn, and there's Weekly right underneath and 2 points. Cuts the deficit to 5. Oh, and Tyra Henderson strong on her defense. She broke up that pass and it went off of an East player. So the ball comes back to Elsberry. 3.5 minutes remaining. And Weekly has the ball just outside. Shot was not quite there for Claire Henry. And the East was having a lot of trouble getting the ball up the court. And they were able to call a timeout. Get the camera over here on these girls. They're kind of pumped right now. They only have a 5-point deficit with a little over 3 minutes remaining in regulation. So we'll just keep it here right now. That was only a 30-second timeout. First buzzer's already buzzed. Oh, they're waiting on Fort Zumwalt East to come out. Here they come. It's going to be Fort Zumwalt East ball just across the half-court line. They get the ball in. And the ball was almost stolen. Elsberry really has some tremendous defense going. Oh, there's cut right up the middle, and the shot was no good. Weekly's up with the rebound. There's a three-pointer. Oh, just in and out. And there's a fast break there for Yasmin Edmondson. Another 2 points. And here's Tiny. She is not afraid of anything out on that court. And Elsberry calls a timeout. 2:27 remaining in regulation. 40-33. Fort Zumwalt East over Elsberry. Take a quick break here.
These days, the concept of value matters more than ever. And you'd be hard-pressed to find a better value than high school sports. Extracurricular activities, including sports, make up about 2% of the budget for a typical Missouri high school. In return, participation in sports promotes citizenship and sportsmanship. Sports also instill a sense of community pride and teach lifelong lessons about cooperation and self-discipline. They encourage physical fitness. They produce community leaders. By offering so many benefits to the community for such a small percentage of a school's overall budget, it's easy to see why high school sports are one of the best bargains around. The real cost would come from not having them at all. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Missouri State High School Activities Association and the Missouri Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
And we are back with Elsberry's ball. Tyra Henderson has it out of bounds. She gets it in to Weekly, and she's up, and the points are good, and she draws a foul. So Tess Weekly goes to the line with a chance to cut this to a 4-point deficit. Shot is good. 40-36. Under 2.5 minutes to go in the game, in regulation anyway. Heavy pressure by Elsberry. East gets it. Oh, she was caught turning the ball over. Wow. Big break for Elsberry here with a little over 2 minutes remaining. Here's Tiny bringing it up the court. Gets it over to Kinsler, out to Tyra. Ill-advised pass there. And there we have a foul called on Josie Horn. That's her first. How did she get out of committing any fouls early in this game when everybody else was? Oh, there is, oh, unbelievable. Unbelievable. Fort Zumwalt just went cold. They had three shots from right underneath. Finally drew a foul, but they couldn't get them to drop in. 1:47 remaining in regulation. And we have Riley Carmichael at the line. Shot is good. 5-point lead for Fort Zumwalt East. Once again, this is a rematch of last week's game where Elsberry came out on top by 2 points. And the ball hit nothing, so it's going automatically out of bounds to Elsberry. 1:47 remaining. Tiny's bringing it up the court. 5-point deficit. They need to, no need to panic, but they need to get the ball in the basket. And there's Tyra going in. And she's having a lot of trouble getting the ball off to somebody. And they called 5 seconds on that. I think she got by with a walk before that anyway. 1:26 remaining. Fort Zumwalt's ball with a 5-point lead. Heavy pressure by Elsberry. And that's going to be a foul on Tess Weekly. Be her 4th foul, I believe. Yes, it is. So that has taken Lauren Stern to the line. It'll be a 1-and-1. First shot is up, and it's good. 42-36, 6-point lead. So at least 2 possessions for Elsberry. Second shot is up, and it's good. So Elsberry has at least 3 possessions for them to tie or go ahead. Let's take a real quick break here.
Are you familiar with or have you experienced water damage in your business or home? Even if the damage is small, repairs can be very costly, not to mention the unpleasant sight and smell of the damaged area. It's okay, Heartland Restoration is here to help. Give us a chance on your next project. Call 314-993-6377 today.
Okay, so we are back. 1 minute, 25 seconds remaining in regulation of this game. Score is Fort Zumwalt East 43, Elsberry Lady Indians 36. This last half has definitely been a whole lot better than the first half of the game. Elsberry's come out with a whole lot more fire in them. Fort Zumwalt has played a good game the entire game. They've gone a little bit cold in the 4th quarter in their shooting. And here's Tess Weekly taking it in, and there's, oh geez, she is fouled. That was Josie Horn shooting from the, I believe, the 3-point line. See if this is 3 shots. Yes, it is. This is 3 shots. Boy, it'd be big if she could get these 3 in. But either way, she's got 3 chances. First one, oh, just bounced out. It's all right, she's got 2 more. Second one's up, and it's good. Here's her 3rd chance. It's good. Takes the score 43-38. 5-point deficit for Elsberry. 1:10 remaining. And I believe it's timeout there called by Fort Zumwalt East. Once again, they were having a little bit of trouble getting it up the court. We're just going to hold it right here. That's a full timeout. Let's take a break.
Ever wonder where your hard-earned money goes when you deposit it? It stays here, at home, to help make living here what we've all come to expect. We've got everything the mega banks do, but we've made a commitment to our community. So when you're looking for the right bank, see People's Bank and Trust. Troy, Hawk Point, Winfield, O'Fallon, Elsberry, and Bowling Green. Financial security right here at home. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Okay, here we are back. 1:03 remaining in regulation. Both teams in the bonus, the 1-and-1 bonus. 43-38, 5-point lead for Fort Zumwalt East. Takes 2 possessions for Elsberry to tie or go ahead. And in the meantime, Fort Zumwalt East has the ball, has possession of the ball out of bounds. That pass was broken up, and it's going out of bounds, but staying with Fort Zumwalt. They get the ball in. Try to get this camera adjusted and hold still. And that foul was called on Tiny Henderson. They are guarding them close, but that's what they're going to have to do with less than 1 minute remaining in this game. Puts Emily Wright up to the line. She's been playing with a zillion fouls since the first quarter. She's obviously played a clean game since. Ball is up, and it's good. It just got up there, hit the rim, and just sort of died and fell in. But it doesn't matter whether the ball's dead or alive. The point's good. Second shot's no good, but Fort Zumwalt gets the rebound, and Yasmin Edmondson puts the ball in. So there's an 8-point lead. Tess Weekly underneath, and her shot is blocked. But Tyra tried to get the ball up, and it's no good, and I believe she drew a foul. No, I guess it was Tess Weekly drew a foul. So she's at the line for 2 shots. 37.5 seconds remaining. 8-point lead for Fort Zumwalt East. First shot is up, and it's good. Excuse my coughing, it still hadn't gone away completely. Second shot is up, and it rolls in. That takes it 46-40. A little over half a minute remaining. And the ball is stolen by Elsberry. Here's Tess Weekly, gets it under to Tiny. She gets it back to Tyra, and that ball is stolen out of her hands. And there was Tiny fouling. She fouled Emily Wright. 24.2 seconds remaining. 6-point lead for Fort Zumwalt. That's only the second foul on Tiny Henderson, but there's only 24.2 seconds remaining. First shot is up, and it's good. 7-point lead for Fort Zumwalt East. Second shot is up, and it's not good. And Tyra Henderson comes up with the rebound. She's taking it up the court. Timeout, Elsberry. 18.7 seconds remaining in this regulation. 47-40, Fort Zumwalt East over Elsberry.
You know, the people pulling the strings are usually hard to reach in today's mega bank world, but here at People's Bank and Trust, you deal with the decision maker at our community bank, which is what good banking relationships are all about. We all live and work right here. With us, you pull the strings. We're People's Bank and Trust. Troy, Hawk Point, Winfield, O'Fallon, Elsberry, and Bowling Green. Financial security right here at home. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
And we are back for this final 18.7 seconds remaining. Elsberry girls back out on the court, waiting for Fort Zumwalt East, and here they come. This ball is going to be out of bounds to Elsberry. Here we have Tyra Henderson with the ball out of bounds. See who she gets it into. She gets it into her sister, Tiny. She tried a three-pointer, but it wasn't there. But she gets her own rebound, puts the ball back up, and it's no good. Oh, and we have a player down. Looks like a Tess Weekly is down, but she's getting back up. Looks like she got her head bunked. This Elsberry basketball team has been a dangerous place to be playing this past few weeks. She looks like she's going to be okay. So what we have here now, 10.5 seconds remaining. Fort Zumwalt with the ball out of bounds, enjoying a 7-point lead. And there's a stoppage. See what they're doing here. Okay, ready to play again. Got the ball in, and there's Tyra Henderson, stole the ball and put it up. Oh, no good. But she got her own rebound, and there's a scrum for the ball. And they finally call a jump ball with 0.1 seconds remaining on the clock. And this is going to be Elsberry's ball. I believe, nope, it's going to be Ford's. I don't know whose ball it is. It's going to be Elsberry's ball. And the final shot was taken by Claire Henry, and it's no good. So with that buzzer, that's the end of the ball game, and the Elsberry Lady Indians fall tonight by a score of 47-40 to the Fort Zumwalt East Lady Lions. Hard-fought game. The Elsberry Indians were just a little bit cold in the second quarter. They started off good, a little bit cold in the second quarter, but then came back strong in the third quarter and the fourth quarter, but just couldn't quite get up to them. So that takes Elsberry to 4-2 on the season. And now as we look ahead to later on this week, on Thursday night, I'll be back here broadcasting the Lady Indians varsity game at 5:30. And I believe this is against Clopton. I don't have the schedule right in front of me, but I believe it's against Clopton. Be right here at Elsberry. And then at 7 o'clock, it'll be the Elsberry Indians boys team will be taking on Clopton. So I'll be broadcasting a doubleheader here Thursday night. So be sure and tune in at about a few minutes before 5:30 and listen and watch for all the action. And if you can, be here at the game. That's even better than listening to me, because you can actually see it in person. So, after a tough loss here tonight to Fort Zumwalt East, I'm going to say goodnight. This is Kenny Masterson, and I'm broadcasting for the Indian Sports Network through the Elsberry Democrat newspaper. And it's time to say good night, and I'll see you again Thursday.